Everyone. It is 8:30 on Tuesday, June the 30th, the last day of June. It is time for the morning briefing. First of all, no changes to the National Terrorism Advisory System overnight. Snapshot of the region, you see some updated numbers from the unaccompanied children. We've got three disaster declarations working: Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. You do see the updated numbers from the ongoing damage assessments in Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas, and no fire management grant requests to talk about this morning. As we switch over to the geo platform this morning, got some rain out there. Orlando from the Weather Service is going to talk about that in just a moment. First of all, no changes to the status of our state EOCs, all at level 4. No changes to the status of our IMAX, and no changes to the status of the RRCC. Looking at shelters this morning, Texas continues to have 4 shelters with 10 occupants. With the storms yesterday, our power outages went up in the state of Texas. We have just over 19,000, and most of those are in Exeter County out in far west Texas. And Arkansas has just over 1,200 this morning from the storms that went through there. All the other ones are less than 200. And one thing before we turn it over to Orlando, we continue to get advisories from Homeland Security on the be aware of your surroundings this weekend as we go through the long holiday with everything that is going on around the world. Be extra aware of your surroundings, and if you see something, say something. And now we turn it over to Orlando.
Good morning, Region 6. As we see the radar, there is a stationary front just north of Region 6, and it looks like that front is going to pretty much remain there stationary without moving a whole lot during the day today. Showers and thunderstorms are occurring right now just to the south of that frontal boundary, and looks like the potential for more scattered shower later this afternoon into the evening hours. We have dew points in the mid 70s. That's a lot of fuel for those storms to get going. Going to the trade matrix here, it looks like Arkansas and Louisiana is going to have the best chances for severe storm later today into the evening hours. And then also there's a potential for heavy rain, flash flooding over the northeastern portion of Louisiana today. Looking into the Wednesday portion into the forecast and Thursday, looks like the northeast Arkansas is going to be the main portion of the region with the threat for heavy rain and also isolated to severe thunderstorms over that area. Moving on to the next slide. Current river forecast as we continue to monitor the rivers. They're pretty much doing okay. One point that I want to mention here is that the Trinidad River continues to go down. Looks like it's going to be under minor flush stage by tomorrow, Wednesday, and things are improving there in that particular river basin. Along the lower Mississippi Valley, the rivers are going to continue to slowly come down within the next week or so. Tropic-wise, quiet. There's nothing going on in the tropics. And for day one, for today, as I mentioned earlier, the risk for strong to severe storms later this afternoon into the evening hours goes into the portions of Arkansas and Louisiana, with turning into Wednesday with the same threat over the northern portion of Arkansas, but there is a chance of isolated but heavy rainfall amounts, which could lead to flash flooding over New Mexico on Wednesday. And then also looking into the latter part of the week, Thursday and Friday, it looks like the same threat continues since the frontal boundary, since it is a stationary front, it's not going to move a whole lot, and the precipitation continues over those areas. Looking at the 5-day precipitation map, looks like the threat will be over the northern portion of Arkansas with up to 3 to 4 inches possible in the 5 days range. Moving on, the drought monitor, we had no problems, no issues there with all these rain that we been having the last month or so. And in the space weather front, not too much going on there neither. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And any questions for the Weather Service? Go ahead and type those in the chat. If you're on the phone, ask the questions. In the meantime, we will take a look at the events going on around the region today and looking forward to next week. And an update on hurricanes. Average when and where hurricanes occur. We're going to show you a slide in just a moment that shows you the months and the origins. But remember, that's just an average, and hurricanes can originate in different locations and take different paths than what we show on the chart. And there we go. June starting in the upper left corner and working down the left-hand side, and then going back up to the top and working down the right-hand side. So as we enter July, we have down here in the Caribbean, the Gulf, and the east coast of the U.S. are the likely areas for hurricanes. And when we get into next month, it goes much bigger, and of course, the peak being in September. Any questions? But as Bruno says in the chat window, all it takes is one. Any questions this morning? All right, hearing nothing on the phone, seeing nothing else in the chat window. Everyone have a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you later.